8 is the Tristarc, the Group 2. Fantastic race for the mares. Which way are you siding?
I'm going to follow up with Pride of Jenny. She handles a wet track, so I don't think that's going to be a major issue. She was really good at Caulfield 2 back, ran a career peak, and then she was heavily backed in that Rose of Kingston at Flemington last start, 1,400 metres, and blew the start when she was a mapped leader.
All over after that.
And then they went slow. And considering she'd settled in the running line off midfield, and she's a leader, she actually worked through the line super. So Jamie Carr goes on. She's only had 2 rides on Pride of Jenny for 2 wins earlier in the career. And the wide barrier, I don't see an issue from the 1,400 metre start at Caulfield. When you're drawing wide, you have to go forward. Obviously, she wants to go forward, but there's no other real noted leader. So I think Jamie, she's got a great ability to have the soft hands and to get horses to jump and work for her. So I'm happy to follow up with Pride of Jenny. Another one I want to follow up with from backing last start when she was knocked off at Flemington, 1,400 metres by Kiss on all 4 cheeks, is a mare by the name of Flying Mascot. And her preparation this time in, the stable noted that she's just been behind. They're trying to get her ready for a run over the mile, over the carnival at Flemington. And she's a mare that sort of does her best work earlier in the preparation. So they were trying to get her to peak later in the prep, which they haven't done in the past. And she was just a run short last start at Flemington and sat up on speed and faded. They've gone back to the drawing board. They're giving her 4 weeks off and they're going to the jump outs, 1,000 metres at Penshurst on a heavy track. And she's got no wet track form, but I think she gets through it. All her jump outs this prep have been on really heavy tracks and they've been good. And the day she won dominantly at Moonee Valley. It says soft 5, but it was a bit softer than that and she skipped through it. I think that they would have caught up with her fitness-wise now, and I think she'll be ready to run a race, Flying Mascot.
So many queries on Saturday regarding some of these horses. They might get through it. We had this chat last week about wet tracks. Some of them might get through it, but you don't know until they're tested. So it's about what price you're willing to take. Could run last.
The mares race, the Alinghi, we're not going to look at that, but half the field that's in the market are dry trackers.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. You just don't know. You have to go to breeding, which a few people pointed out on socials, which isn't a bad strategy. I am having a Tommy 3 play here.
Ooh.
Tommy 3 play. I think Palazzo Pan brings best form into the race, gets through the wet. I think she does.
Okay.
Same. That's a query. It's a query, but I think she does. I don't really have too much to base that on, but I just happy to back her in if she's here.
Skippy action.
If months
without cover last start.
Good run, great run. I think it's the best form race. Popei came from that race and went awful, but she's a mare that when she's at her best, she's got ability. She ran third in that.
Wasn't she good in that race and then awful in the Epsom?
Yes,
I think that's
100%.
What, yeah.
She was awful in the Epsom. Yeah. I just think she's very hit and miss. Her best is good enough to run well. She's $50 here. I'm having something on her.
Well, she goes all right on wet tracks. She won at Newcastle on a wet track.
Correct. She ran second in the Hawkesbury Gold Crown on a heavy track. Yep. She gets through the wet. Her best is good enough. If she replicates that run in the Golden Pendant and she's a wet tracker, she's massive value here.
Well, she's the one. She'll tag Pride of Jenny, I reckon. Yep. She'll sit on the leader's back.
Yep. So I've got her in the mix at a massive price. And the other one's Mirror Vision. Now, she's a mare. If there is a doubt on Palazzo Pan getting through the wet, it's Popei and Mirror Vision who come through that Sydney form, which is good form. Mirror Vision was good first up in that race, only beaten 2 lengths, can improve off the back of that. I don't think she minds the wet tracks. I know you go through a form line and the stats say she doesn't, 4 starts for 1 second, but you go through it. We're talking about beaten by Forbidden Love on heavy tracks and stuff like that. That's A-grade form. I think she does actually handle it all right. So
she needs to recapture some form from maybe...
She does.
15 months
I thought she was trialling okay before that Golden Pendant. She was only beaten 2 there. I thought she stuck on it, and that's the right form for me. So Tommy 3 play with the 3 Sydney siders, Palazzo Pan, Mirror Vision, and Popei.
Gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-858-858.